Well, hello, hello. And I would love to say, welcome to Tune In Tuesday. It's not Tuesday, it's Wednesday. And I didn't want to do a live. I wanted to do a video simply because uh, I wanted to make sure that I could do this without getting emotional. I was emotional enough yesterday. And sometimes, you know what, guys, it just happens. I'm very grateful for those of you that have reached out to me and those that are praying for me. Thank you. This last year has been a heck of a year. And I don't always have words for my year, but last year I was given the word sacrifice, which I thought, it's kind of an odd word for the year, but I'll take it. And through the year, and I'm not here to get melancholy on y'all. I just want to kind of give you a heads up of what's gone on and how I can do it better. So last year in January, I had a good friend of mine, somebody that I know really well. Her son ended up taking his life. And oh my gosh, she's still not okay. And I don't say that flippantly, guys. Not everybody knows that my sister-in-law did the same thing a number of years ago. And my husband and I walked that process, and so did my mother-in-law, and so did my sister-in-law. And it's not an easy process. It's not something you come back from easily. I don't know what it's like to lose a child that way. My mother-in-law does, but I do not. I know what it is to lose a sister-in-law. And so that happened in January. And then February, March, I had done something to my shoulders to the point that I could be frozen, like I couldn't move. And coming out of that, we had, and I say we because I was part of a networking group, we had somebody from that networking group take their life. And his wife happened to be in our group. He'd been in our group. His wife was in our group. And he took his life. And I ended up, long story, I ended up taking on finances because there were so many things to take care of. And there were a lot of things that had fallen apart. And the people that knew and loved this couple rallied for them in the most amazing way. They did, and loved on her and supported her. And we had a celebration of life, and we did all of those things. And I took care of the finances for the memorial and for cremation and all of those kinds of things. I'm not complaining. I did it. I chose. And I had some amazing people that surrounded me as we made those choices. And then that was March, April. And then April, she took her life. Not even a month later that he took his. Now, that part didn't surprise me, but it really surprised my group. It didn't surprise me because I've had the experience. I don't want multiple experiences, but I did this last year. And she took her life. And in doing that, some of you know, because we were trying to get rid of them, she had 13 dogs in the house. I have one of them. I have one of the rescues. 20 chickens, a cat, one of those lizards, fish. Am I missing anything? I don't know. That we had to get rid of, that we found homes for. Not to mention the house and all the stuff in the house. And there were some incredible people that went through this journey with me. Incredible. And so then we had that one. And then I took care of her cremation. And people were so angry. They were so angry that they had invested all of this in someone, and then they walked away. When people thought there was hope, and she didn't have any. And so then that happened. And I started creating some momentum again. And I'd been with this group for 22 years, 15, 16 years. I mean, I knew these people. And they're an incredible group of people. I have amazing friends. We have secret consultants in this group from that. And so I have been blessed over and over again. And I was president of that group, and it was almost like a full-time job. So then I'm running 3 businesses, and y'all suffered for it. And I'm just going to say it. You did, because it was a heck of a year. And a good portion of my energy and my focus was on that, on what was going on with all of them and how all that transpired. And in that, I had some goals. My team had some goals because I was president. And in that, the goals ran into people don't like change. And long story short, we ended up moving rooms. But there were people that were really unhappy about it. And I lost a really, really good friend. Now, he didn't pass. He just is not my friend anymore. And so that happened. And as you can tell, that's one of the things that hurt the most. But anyway, so you roll all of that in, and all of that happened before September, and it got really ugly at the end. And I made the determination at the end of September to step away from the group completely. A group that I had been associated with for a very long time and invested a lot in that group for a very long time. Now, I believe in God's plan. I do. And I believe it was God's plan. I don't know that I could have turned it loose and it was time to turn it loose. I don't know. But the way it all transpired, I walked away. Now, the blessing of all of that is I realized how much substitution I had done and how important you guys are and how diverted my focus was. So at the end of September, I walked away. I thought about having a nervous breakdown. I just went to my house up north for 24 hours and just spent time in quiet, and God is so good. And then in October, not everybody really knows all of this because they don't necessarily follow it, and I get it. We ended up putting both our horses down. And the one I put down, I expected it. I had expected it for a while. He was crippled. But the other one was my barrel horse. And I literally the Sunday before I put her down was the first time I had been back to barrel racing. And then I turned around and had to put her down within a week of each other. And not everybody feels the way I do about horses. I get it. And it wasn't like a parent or a sibling or whatever that may be, but it was hard. And I am blessed with some incredible girlfriends that have rallied and prayed for me. And I have great Bible study, and I have you guys. I mean, seriously, you're an incredible group of women. Now, you may or may not realize that I still showed up in all of this, and I have the tracks on my back. And you know what? I'm not here to whine about it. God's in control. My year turned out the way it was supposed to. But I can tell you in that I really lost focus of who we are and what we're about and what we're doing and what I do as a sales director. And so that was October. You come into November and holiday sales and all of that. But I realized in all of that traction and all of that distraction and all of that went on that I, at the end of December, we did not requalify for a car. And so at the end of January, I'll be turning my car in. Now, I'm already working towards earning a new one. This is not y'all's fault. Please don't receive it that way, because that's not what I'm saying. It was just another loss of a year of losses. At the 1st of December, my sister-in-law left my brother. Now, hear my heart. Takes 2 people to get to this point. I'm not blaming her. I can blame him on a lot of things. But I blame both of them, and I give grace to both of them. But my brother-in-law or my brother has had bouts of deep depression and threatened to take his life. And yesterday was one of those days. And so in the midst of me doing and moving forward, I got a phone call and I left him immediately and went and saw him. And my incredible husband has done the same thing. Because frankly, I don't want to do another one. Now my brother's much better today. I think he's going to be okay. Not great. He has got to surrender to God and he hasn't done that yet, but that's another conversation. But I share all of that to say this. Life is hard. There are many of you in our group that have had loss or have had somebody threaten to take their own life. I've just been what feels like washed in it this year. And so thank you, Susie Rollins, for the word overflow. I have no desire to overflow in tears, but I do have the desire to overflow in God's grace, to do things better. And that includes my communication with y'all. That includes running at the best of my game. That includes being connected, if you allow that connection, and allowing for you to be where you want to be for 2026 and knowing where I will be for 2026. So thank you again to those of you who watched yesterday's video and weren't sure what was going on. Thank you to those. Oh my gosh, how can I not have any Kleenex in here? Thank you to those of you who reached out and loved on me. Thank you to those of you who have been examples to me. OMG, we've got some amazing women who are examples to me in this group. And thank you for your grace and your kindness. I declare 2026 is a year of overflow. I declare 2026, God is the fix in 2026. And I declare that I am to do it better in so many ways. And God willing, you get to do you better in so many ways. So thank you again. Like I said, I didn't want to do it live because I'm going to post it. And I can't see y'all's response to me at the same time. And then I will be responding and posting all the different things that Mary Kay has going on right now and that we get to celebrate. Thank you for being a part of this journey. And remember, blessings are chasing you down. This is the day the Lord hath made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. I'll rejoice and be glad in it.